Hello and welcome to Freedom Through Astrology, where we're giving you the keys to living your best life. That's freedomthroughastrology.com. My name is Donald Patak. I'm the astrologer. It's my contact information for email, any questions you may have, all questions entertained. Standard YouTube copyright. Keys to the reading. I read the astrology a little bit different. I use sidereal astrology, also known as visible sky astrology, as opposed to tropical. Tropical fixes the signs to seasons. I'm asking, where are the constellations really? Tropical is approximately 25 degrees ahead of the visible sky. Secondly, I use the natural size of the constellations. Some astrologers make every constellation the same size. I let them be as they are in nature. So, like in this week's transits, particularly, you're going to notice that the moon has a very long transit through Virgo. So they're all different sizes. I use the sign of Ophiuchus, which is a sign that was taken out of the zodiac way long ago. It exists between Scorpio and Sagittarius. It's the symbol of the wounded healer. It's where you are wounded in your life, and where you've come to heal yourself and heal others with similar wounds. These weekly transits that I'm reading, these are universal lessons. These for everybody. We're all learning these in our own way. And I interpret using evolutionary astrology, which says that these are lessons to learn. These are not things that are happening to you and you have no control. These are lessons for you to learn. You have freedom of choice as to how they're going to manifest or what the outcomes may be. And let me get this out of the way. Oops, whoa, I don't want that to happen. Let me move this up. This is for the week of December 4th through December 10th. The moon is fairly steady this week, only in Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Using the natural sizes of the constellations makes that possible, as Leo and Virgo are incredibly huge. Focus on Venus this week, relationships, rest and regrouping. Forgot to put that in here as well, but Mercury is also active this week. Mercury's learning and communication, so that expect those doors to be open. We do have a sign change. The sun on this weekend enters Ophiuchus. So the focus is on healing. It begins this weekend, I believe this late Friday night or early Saturday-ish. And finally, Neptune has been retrograde for a long time. It now goes station direct, means it's standing still before it starts its forward movement in the sky. So let me pull this up. And as you can see, the nice thing about this week is that everything is spread out evenly throughout the week, but aside from this little cluster in the middle around the 7th, these two transits, everything is fairly well spread out, making it nice and easy to deal with. And oops, let me pull this down here. And this is a holdover from last week. This ends on Monday, December 4th. Venus in Virgo in a square to Pluto in Sagittarius. So this is the challenge of transforming relationships. Venus in Virgo wants to be the best in relationships it can be. And Pluto in Sagittarius is about leaving ideologies, belief systems that no longer serve you behind. So you're transforming relationships by looking to see, well, what do I believe about relationships that's quite honestly not working? And how can we leave them behind? And this is a square. Squares are challenges. Yes, it means it's hard, but understand what you do here is going to last a long time. So this is a time to face deep truths about your relationships, what's working, what needs to change to strengthen them, and failing to look deeply can see them waste away because of unaddressed issues. They can fall into shallow superficiality, which would stink. Let's see. And on Saturday as well, the moon entered Leo. Leo wants to get up and have fun and express itself and be appreciated. So this is an opportunity. Opportunities may arise for you to stand up and be seen, express your creative self. Leo loves to be creative. So, and earn appreciation. Leo likes to be appreciated. Good job means nothing. Hey, I liked it when you did. That's it. So that's chance to be seen, chance to be appreciated. Be careful about playing to the crowd, seeking superficial approval that leaves you feeling empty. Also, Leo can be noisy as well. So Um, Badgering people for approval is pretty much a bad idea too here. So this ends on Monday-ish, I believe. Okay, on Monday, we do have Venus in Virgo in a trine, which trines are supportive. That's a very easy energy to work with, to Saturn in Aquarius. And like I said, Venus is about relationships, can also be about creativity. In Virgo, wanting to do the best you can. And Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn is about maturing and growing. And what? Aquarius, your individuality, who you really are. So this is the time to be your real self in your relationships. And trine is an easy energy. It's 120 degrees. So when you're real in your relationships, you can expect good things to happen. But when you're shallow, fake, superficial, or controlling in relationships, bad things can happen, and they can happen. Things that can happen fast. And this is like little bit, like little bit of energy in, and expect a lot back fast. So the opportunity exists to build real relationships with people in your life and be your real self. Doing the same thing you've always done leaves you lonely in a room full of your friends. So if you're looking to, find deeper, have deeper relationships, more meaningful relationships, more authentic relationships, this is an opportunity to do it. Tuesday, yes, you may even be feeling it now, but Neptune goes station direct, which means right now it's retrograde, which means in the sky it looks like it's moving backwards. That's just our perspective from the Earth. It really isn't. Um, it's just the way the Earth's orbit goes in relationship to how Neptune's orbits goes. But on Tuesday, what happens is it starts the process of moving forwards in the sky. So during retrograde, all this work that Neptune was doing, basically, don't just do something. To borrow a line from Stephen Forrest, don't just do something, sit there. So this time of spiritual reflection and calming down and listening to spirit and working on it internally, retrograde, internal reflecting what has worked, what hasn't worked. Now we'll begin to make forward progress. You'll be able to work it out in the world and into your life. So in retrograde, reflecting on your relationships with the divine and with spirit, however you're perceiving it. You now have the opportunity to become even more aware of your true nature and relationship with the divine. And I will say the divine spirit, whatever, I do not preach religion or spirituality. You know what your practices are. The opportunity now exists for you to move forward and grow in that spiritual relationship and in your spiritual practices. However, escaping into any sort of distraction will hold you back from deep spiritual growth and achievement. So this is the shadow of this time is you just distracting yourself and holding yourself back from becoming your true spiritual self and growing in your spiritual abilities. Wednesday, long transit here. Virgo is the biggest constellation in the sky, and they're almost 48 degrees. So Virgo with the moon in it, the moon in Virgo. Dyslexia, I'm living with it today. Be open to opportunities for improvement in your life, places where you can do better. So the moon at this time, you've got the opportunity and you are in a mood for self-improvement. Notice that word self, you improving yourself. I'll talk about that in a second in the shadow. So opportunities for greater responsibility can appear and help you to see where it would be good for you to grow. I just want to touch on this really quick. The moon will be crossing the south node, so you'll be able to see bad habits that you need to change and let them go. It will also transit Venus, so you'll see an opportunity where you can improve your relationships later on. So those are the opportunities to grow, releasing habits that don't work for you and improving your relationships. Also look at the houses where it falls. This will be an incredible time. Pushing yourself too hard can lead to feelings of overwhelm and bouts of crippling self-criticism. This can lead you to a downward spiral. Also, if you use this time to try to improve others instead of yourself. Pointing out others' faults at this time, bad move. Use it as a reflection. So the astrology is a mirror for you to look in and examine and reflect on yourself and correct yourself and make yourself a better person. And as you can see, This goes basically for almost the rest of the week. It's Sunday afternoon that it leaves. So it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. Long time for you to be able to do this work. Also on Wednesday, Mercury in Sagittarius in a trine to Jupiter, retrograde in Aries. Mercury in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is just about exploring and finding new things, and Mercury is learning. So this is you learning about what you're curious about learning. Jupiter is about dreaming, and retrograde means that this is internal. And in Aries, Jupiter in Aries is having the courage to dream. So this is you sitting back and daydreaming about, oh, wouldn't it be great to be? And expect the ideas and inspiration to come to you in those. And dream, 2 words, just dream big. That's all I can say about that. So finding the courage within yourself to explore your interests. And we have so often I say we are our own worst enemies. We shoot ourselves down so bad. This is an opportunity for you to dream big. So 5th, 6th, and 7th, be open to ideas and inspirations. Write them down, what have you. So look within yourself. The shadow of this pointless daydreaming and endless chatter will lead you nowhere. So this is to borrow a line. I can't remember the guy's name. I've got the book on a bookshelf someplace. It writes about getting things done. This is that brainstorming time when you just write those ideas down. If you want to, even better way to use this, look at the houses where it falls on your chart, and that'll tell you the greatest areas where you can do this type of daydreaming, and what areas of your life you can do this daydreaming, and watch it just blossom. And let's see. Also, Sun in Scorpio is in a trine to Chiron, retrograde in Pisces. This is one of the last days that the Sun will be in Scorpio. So this is a focus on deep spiritual healing. Sun in Scorpio is looking deeply into yourself. Chiron retrograde. Chiron is healing retrograde, looking within, looking at yourself, looking at what you've done in the past. How are you healing? And what? Pisces, transcendence, also spirituality. So looking deeply at yourself and looking at how you're you're spiritually healing and how this is going. So focusing on getting over the spiritual wounds of the past and the spiritual injuries that you have suffered. This is an opportunity. Trines are easy energies to work with, and this will be a time of you being able to do the deep work of focusing on how to overcome these past spiritual wounds and find ways to bring healing. And this is a great opportunity for you to be able to heal them. Being stubborn about the wounds in the past can lead to a deeper wounding and you becoming the injury. Especially with the shadow of Chiron, is you becoming your wound. In Pisces, you become your own spiritual wound. And Sun, ego, Scorpio, deep moodiness, becoming so moody that you've been injured in this way, you literally become a festering wound. Pardon that description. English teachers love me. People don't necessarily like the way I describe things sometimes. But if you work with the shadow on this, you're going to create a deep spiritual wound. And on Friday, Sun enters Ophiuchus. So this is around the 7th to 8th that it ends, that it enters, as you can see. Leaves Scorpio, enters Ophiuchus. And remember, the symbol of Ophiuchus is a man holding a snake by the head and the tail. Ancient times, the snake symbolized knowledge, and holding it by the head and the tail means control. So this is the ego has quote unquote control over knowledge, and the intention is healing. So this is an opportunity for you to do healing on your ego. Look at the house where Ophiuchus falls, and this is where the healing can occur. This will be the greatest opportunity for healing, where you came to heal in this life. And just a little aside on the ego, so many people say, oh, I'm here to transcend my ego. You're here to transcend the wounded ego. Whatever your sun sign is, it has a healthy expression and a shadow expression. You came here to learn the healthy. So this could be a very great opportunity for you to heal that healthy expression of your sun sign and how it shows up, particularly in the house and what have you. Um, I'll explain at the end why I'm a little. If I sound a little off, I'll explain at the end why. Um, but this is a great opportunity for healing, and focusing on the wound and tearing into it more will lead to greater pain for yourself and others. And again, very similar to Chiron and Pisces, your ego becomes the wound, and you become a big wound, and it just makes that wound deeper and worse. And I tell people, you came to this planet, to this plane, whatever you want to call it, to learn how to have a healthy ego. You came, this is you, the sun going through Ophiuchus is about you healing the ego, and you coming out ideally with a healed ego. And on Saturday, Venus in Virgo is in an opposition to Jupiter retrograde in Aries. And Venus in Virgo, like we said, it's about relationships. You want to do the work of having relationships and improving your relationships. Jupiter in Aries is about having the courage to dream. Retrograde, this is internal work. You're looking at, how did I dream? What do I really want my relationships to be like? And an opposition, I forgot to draw my little triangle in, but oppositions, people say they're hard. They can be a tug of war. The goal is to put a fulcrum or a triangle in the middle and make it like a seesaw in the playground, where you're balancing the two energies. Okay, this is ideally what I want my relationships to be like. And Venus in Virgo is like, you know what? That is an ideal, and here's what's realistic right now, and we can do. And this is, this is how we can make this work towards the ideal and make progress towards the ideal. Thinking that you're going to achieve it, oh, it'd be nice if we could. I'd love it if we could. But right now, it's about looking to see what is possible and what is the ideal, what is possible, and balancing them. So this is balancing the work and dreams of relationships, balancing the work relationships within the dreams, what they could be like. Talked about that. Pushing too fast or not doing any work at all will leave you being alone and uninspired. Your relationships are basically going to suffer and wither. Think about a plant. If you don't water it and you don't feed it and give it its little whatever plant food, they wither away. If you don't do that, if you don't do the work of building and nurturing your relationships, they're going to go away. So there's that. And on Sunday, the moon enters Libra. Libra is a very small sign, so this is just going to be Sunday and into Monday-ish. It's a time to regroup and calm down for a moment. We've actually just had a expressive Leo, hard work with Virgo. Sunday, chill out. On the seventh day, the Lord took a break. Quoting the Bible there, whatever your seventh day, today is a day of emotional rest. On Sunday, be open to moments of ambiguity and just let them be, so that you can see what you need to know, so that you can make an informed decision. So today is just to chill back, sit back, pay attention, take the information in, so you can make an informed decision as to what your next step is. The shadow of this is wasting time in social situations and avoiding making a decision that's going to lead you to a place where you really don't want to go and don't want to be. And rushing into decisions on this day, bad idea. Make sure you're getting all the information possible. And let's see. And also on Sunday, Mercury in Sagittarius in a sextile to Venus in Virgo. One of two aspects that Mercury and Venus will ever make. The other one is a conjunction. They're very close to the sun, and so it's very hard for them to make aspects other than the conjunction. So, but sextile is an excitement. So Venus in Virgo, we've talked about, it's doing the work of building the relationships. Mercury in Sagittarius is about exploring the ideas. Hey, how can I make my relationships better and improve them? And the sextile is an excitement. It's an interest. So you're interested in learning new ways of improving your relationships. So this is what I have here, is looking for new ways to interact with others, and creative ways potentially that can make your relationships better and improve them. So you improving yourself so you can be a better person in your relationships. Go for it. Doing the same thing always got will get you what you've always got. may even wind you to losing things as well. So there is that. So that's your week in a nutshell. Follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. There's also the Digital Soul Space, which is a community, an ad-free, privacy-focused community where you can go and learn all things metaphysical and ask questions. It's a great group of people to hang around with. They're very friendly, very supportive, and open-minded, and everybody's willing to share. The time I've been on, I've never seen a flame war. It's a really great group of people. And last week I had this little guy sitting on my lap and it ran into my house with skin and bones. I was taking care of it. And unfortunately, even with the medical care I was able to provide, it passed on very early this morning. So this is the Buttons Memorial Edition. Sorry. So thank you very much. If you like this video, like, follow, share. If you got some feedback, give me some feedback. I'm always looking to improve these and make them better for you so they're more useful. So have yourself the best week possible.